When I was 9 years old, I struggled with headaches. They were so severe that I would have to literally lock myself in my room, shut off all the lights, wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I missed over 40% of days in school that year. And honestly, it was one of the toughest times for me and my family. Trying to uncover what was the cause of the problem was really our interest. But unfortunately, when we walked into the doctor's offices, they were also baffled, didn't understand why these headaches were happening. And really the only solution that they had was to provide us with medication. So I was getting this high dose of Excedrin. I was taking this for over a year. I actually started to develop digestive issues. Come to find out, that was one of the side effects of the medication that I was taking. And at this point, my family and I were just wanting answers. After every single meal, I would literally be on the ground in a fetal position trying to find some comfort. The pain was so severe, not only from all the migraines I was having, but over the digestive discomfort as well. Go back to the doctor. What do they give me? Another prescription for the digestive discomfort. Now I'm on 2 medications, still no answers, still having the same symptoms I was having a year earlier. And the issue was that we kept going to the doctors trying to figure out what the issue was, but there was no solution there. So after missing many days of school and also not feeling well at all, still struggling with migraines and digestive issues for a couple years, I was 11 years old when doctors wanted to then diagnose me with ADHD. And I was on that medication for about 5 days before my mom said, enough is enough. This isn't my kid. He's a total zombie. This isn't something I want my kid on. We go back to the doctor. She lets them know that we're not going to be taking this medication. Is there any other answers, any other way? And it wasn't until my mom met our neighbor that was also dealing with the same issues, something a little different with her family, that referred my mom and us to a chiropractor. And when we went to the chiropractor, I remember my mom questioning, saying to my dad, he doesn't have neck pain, doesn't have any type of spine issues, so really how could this help? But we were just looking for an answer. We showed up to the chiropractor. They did a full exam. They took x-rays. This was the first time that someone sat across from me and actually told me, hey, there's hope, and you weren't born like this. There's something interfering with your body's ability to function at 100%. What is that? And when he went over our x-rays, we found severe issues in the top part of my spine, in C1 specifically, and I'd also lost the curvature of my neck. And by 2 years old, you should have these curvatures in your spine, and I didn't. And I was already 11 years old and had years and years of pressure on my spinal cord and on my nervous system. And this was the first time that someone showed and actually brought light to what could be causing my health issues. Well, my mom, we came home that day and we had a long conversation of starting care and what that would look like. And I remember being in the office for multiple days, a week, for several months. And the first thing I started noticing was more energy, more life. I actually was smiling. I was going to school every single day. I actually increased not only athletic performance, but overall academic performance as well. After a year of chiropractic care, I had no longer any headaches, digestive problems, and my attention in school went above and beyond. And I contribute all of these things to chiropractic lifestyle. When I changed the way that I viewed and managed my health, and really my family did, that's when my life completely changed. And for that very reason is why I became a chiropractor. I want to make sure and ensure that just one family in my community doesn't have to go through the same pain and suffering that my family went through. It was enough for me to be laying on the ground at 11 years old, crying to my mom, why is this happening to me? For me to realize that this is something I never want to see anyone deal with. And I will go above and beyond and make sure that that doesn't happen to my community. And that's why I'm here and I'm serving you. I want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you or your family members. For me, it was migraines and digestive issues. For you, it might be something completely different. It could be back pain. It could also be heart, thyroid, depression, anxiety. The list goes on and on. Remember, your spine and nervous system control everything in your body. And that's why it's also important to get your kids checked, your family members checked, to make sure that they don't have pressure on their nervous system either. I went 10 years with pressure on my spine and didn't even have a symptom until I was 9 years old. And the issue there is that we had no idea that it could have been a spine problem. And until someone opened our eyes and showed us objective x-rays to determine, here's your issue, here's the cause. And after we finally took care of our health the right way, we saw dramatic change in our lives. That's my story. I hope that you can share that with someone else, and maybe even that resonates with you and your family and where you guys are. And wherever you are in your health journey, I want to make sure that you have a safe place to come and check your spinal health and make sure that you have the right tools necessary to reach your God-given potential.